Wonder Woman, which was a huge success, and people found this very surprising to say the least, has opened up a discussion, if you will, about the gender wage gap. Now, as I'm sure most of you are aware, the gender wage gap is verifiably false. I'll link a video in the description. Christina Hoff Sommers, in my opinion, completely debunks the idea of the gender wage gap. But Lauren Duca tweeted out, Gal Gadot made $300,000 for Wonder Woman as compared to Henry Cavill's $14 million for Man of Steel. The most compelling DC villain is the pay gap. You guys remember Lauren Duca, right? She appeared on Tucker Carlson Tonight, which then prompted Pharma Bro Martin Shkreli to troll the fuck out of her on Twitter and make a bunch of very badly photoshopped couple pictures of the two of them confessing his sarcastic love to her. She was, of course, appalled and had his Twitter account removed from Twitter for harassment. But let's take a look of her appearance on Tucker Carlson Tonight.
And those things are not mutually exclusive. You know, now that you bring up Teen Vogue, we treat young women like they don't have a right to a political conversation.
And like
you can't be, enjoy Kylie Jenner's Instagram and worry about the future of this country. And those things are not mutually exclusive. So you know what? I did write about Ariana Grande, and I did write about the abusive, bigoted,
those pieces were a little smarter than your piece about threatening the sovereignty
States.
of a whole religion. All right, I got to go. You should stick to the thigh-high boots. You're better at that. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
So we'll take a look at the article she was very likely referencing, as well as some tweets that very clearly debunk the claims made by the article. Wonder Woman is a runaway success, and many critics have called it the best DC Universe movie so far. But is Wonder Woman herself subject to the same glass ceiling as the rest of us non-goddesses? Gal Gadot reportedly earned $300,000 for Wonder Woman, while Henry Cavill, as Superman, earned $14 million for Man of Steel. Aside from movie stars, there are regular people who make more than Gadot did for Wonder Woman. Your average anesthesiologist makes more in a year than Gadot did for Wonder Woman. While this huge difference certainly seems to reflect the gender pay gap, even as superheroes, this smaller fee doesn't seem to be totally without precedent. According to Variety, Gadot signed a contract in 2014 that gave her $300,000 for each DC movie she does, and she likely will make a lot more from bonuses. And as CBR points out, Chris Evans earned the same as Gadot for Captain America: The First Avenger. But there is something a little absurd about Cavill getting $14 million for a, basically by any standard, worse film. While critical acclaim and monetary success can only be measured long after actors' contracts are signed and the movie is released, Man of Steel grossed around $290 million domestically, while Wonder Woman, which is still in theaters, is up to $274 million and was made with a far lower production budget. Man of Steel also wasn't critically acclaimed, like Wonder Woman has been. Then again, Robert Downey Jr. is rumored to be getting $200 million for the next 2 Avenger films. The moral of the story is that actors make a lot of money, and you don't. Update. Though Forbes reported that Cavill made $14 million for Man of Steel, Elle.com is unable to confirm that number. If anything, Gal Gadot's salary is opening up the conversation about who gets paid what in Hollywood, and again, it's probably more than you make. Yep, it's all okay if they lied because they opened up a conversation. Where have I heard that before? And then we will look at this short series of tweets that pretty much debunks this article and explains that Henry Cavill could not have made $14 million in Man of Steel. This factoid comes from the Daily Dot article, which cited Forbes for Cavill's salary. Despite those examples from Marvel Studios, which is famously draconian about its actors' contracts, this situation carries a whiff of Hollywood's gender pay gap. Why? Because according to Forbes, Henry Cavill earned a sweet $14 million for Man of Steel, including box office bonuses. As he pointed out last year, I'm not just doing this for the act. But Forbes did not cite anyone, so where did they get that figure? Here's where things get interesting. However, Henry Cavill is starting to close the Batman-Superman pay gap with his $14 million Man of Steel paycheck, only $1 million short of Christian Bale's $15 million paycheck for The Dark Knight Rises, currently the highest movie paycheck for a Batman or Superman role. He continues, A week earlier, a clickbaity site called GoBankingRates.com wrote up a piece about the net worth of Cavill, Affleck, etc., but they wrote that Cavill's entire net worth was $14 million. British-born Henry Cavill has a net worth of $14 million. Although his breakout role was on Showtime's The Tudors, he was best known for his role in 2013's Man of Steel, which earned $668 million at the global box office and netted him $14 million for his role as Clark Kent. Cavill, who owns a $24,000 wristwatch according to The Richest, returns as Clark Kent in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, and will also appear in the Justice League Part 1 and the Justice League Part 2. His movies have earned more than $1.3 billion at the global box office. If the clickbait site is to be believed, Cavill earned every dollar he's worth on Man of Steel, even though he spent decades as an actor. More likely, they just phrased it horribly. Cavill was just worth that much at the time. Gal Gadot was worth $10 million at the same time. So unsourced clickbait spawns poorly sourced clickbait, which spawns better sourced clickbait, all of which is grounded in speculation and bullshit. In conclusion, you're all gullible and I hate, well, this feels familiar. My favorite part about this whole thing was the part in the article saying, yeah, we were wrong, but hey, we opened up a discussion. So yeah, that's how capitalism works. Your agency and your value to the market is what increases your value, not being a man or being a woman. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. And join the Discord if you're interested. I'll send you an invite link. There should be one in the description for one of my previous videos, but I'll just go ahead and... No, actually it should be default. It should be in the description for all my videos now. So if you still can't find it, I will send it to you. And there's a few of us there now. I don't really use it that frequently, but I check in every so often. So yeah, that's all I got, and I'll see you all later.